What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy C-Spec Kurt out here with my C-Spec'd out Mercedes C63 AMG. And check it out right here what I got. Fresh from Racechips. Alright, simply faster. Exported directly from Germany. It's that real deal stuff, okay? Alright, so what we got here is we got our Racechip GTS Black. This is a user manual. And here, as you can see on the bottom of it, this is the barcode that you're going to scan after you download the Android app if you make the purchase to get the app, which is going to give you more usability from the comfort of the inside of your vehicle opposed to actually making adjustments on the chipset unit that's sent out with the box to you. So this is what you get though. You get your Racechips installation manual, read over it, tells you, gives you a good overview of what needs to be done. You get a paper pamphlet that shows you the correct way of removing locking clips that you're going to encounter during your installation. And inside this brown box you're going to get two boxes like so. This is excess. The first box is going to contain the main component. This right here, as you can see, is the Racechip GTS Black. You get your display there, which is currently not working because it's not connected, but you get the picture. This is here just filler. And this right here is a box containing clips that they give you to use for installation, to make installation, removal, and installation, reinstallation easy without having to cut clips. So you're going to get various size wire ties, and you're going to get these 4 things here for mounting the wire ties in. So I'm just going to place that in the box for now. And I just dropped one, so I'm going to have to get my little fingers and grab that baby. Secondly, we have our wiring harness, which is going to be going to the various sensors required to make this work. Okay? It's a little hot out here, but I'll make it do what it do. Of course, this connects directly to the Racechip. And you have this charade of wires to connect to different sensors underneath the hood here. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Gains to be expected with this upgrade. Alright, YouTube family, check it out. You are looking at the Mercedes AMG. It's 2018 Mercedes C63 AMG from the passenger side view. And alright, so what we have our flat tip screwdriver, which is what we're going to use to remove this bracket that connects to the air box right here. As you can see here, it's a hose clamp. I'm just going to give it a little more. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. I could use my own drill, but I'm just going to try to use as basic tools as possible so that everyone that doesn't have a drill, they're able to compare and do the same as I am doing. Next thing you want to do is you want to remove this from here. You want to be able to free up this area so that you can move around. At which point, we're going to remove our air box. First of all, before removing the air box, I almost forgot, you need to move these clips out of the way. You can use the large pliers like so to make that an easier task. Now you just want to remove the hose at this point. You can use a flat tip screwdriver to assist with that. Just break that seal that it's been created from being in place for so long. After doing so, you should be able to grab it and pull it on off. move that clip out the way. You don't want it to go flying when you get it off. There we go, see? Alright, so we got them loose. So I'm gonna pry it off. Let's get this air box out of the way. Remove your clips if you have one that's loose. At the point of removing this from the turbo inlet, and pry up on the air inlet and pull away. Alright, we got that. At this point, we can just fold this back. The only thing is in place there is looks like maybe an air inlet temperature sensor. So try not to put too much tension on that wire. Make room and just lay that stuff out of the way, like so. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have too much tension on it. See, I got it propped up to keep tension off of that wire. Same thing for the other side. Same thing for the other side. We want to disconnect this hose as done. Lift up the air filter housing. It pops out. Get this air inlet free from the inlet of the turbo. Like so. Pull up, pull back, then you fold it back. As you can see, you have your air inlet temperature sensor wire here, but you have exposed the upper portion of the engine, like so. So we get a front view. So let's continue on. Next thing we want to do is get a T30. We have 3 screws here, which is going to allow us to, I guess, access beneath these covers. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so get your T30, which I have here. And we want to remove these screws. Let's get to it. Let's get that torque up. Alright, a lot of torque. Be sure to keep your screws in one location. You don't want to lose any of this stuff. You don't want to be digging for it underneath the vehicle either. FYI, I did find the little plastic thing that I dropped earlier. I had to loosen up the lower air valence, the air deflector on the bottom to expose that. Alright, so we removed 3 screws. So at this point we're gonna let's just continue on. We'll follow the instructions and see what it says. Alright, so first step in the instructions, as you can see here. The one I was emailed is more vehicle specific. So we're going to check my email out. Look at this information that they provided me. Let's see. Downloads, MRC. Alright, so as you can see here, got 2 sensors on this side over here. 1, 2. We've removed the cover, we removed the hose, we removed that, we lifted up that, and as you can see, we have it folded back like so. Alright. You can fold it back like they say as well, but I did it like that, so. Alright, cool. Next thing you want to do, we've loosened the screws, unbolt the 3 marked screws with a TX30. Unbolt the screw. Subtract the manifold temperature sensor. Over here on the passenger side, and what we are locating is the manifold pressure sensor. We are being instructed to subtract the manifold temperature sensor. Alright, so as you can see, that's it right there in the video. I put this back on autofocus. Alright, so as you can see, it's right here. Alright, so let's subtract it. It appears that all clips are being pulled out, so I'm going to pull it out. We've located the manifold absolute pressure sensor. You take your screwdriver, and as you can see, this clip here is similar. You're going to place the screwdriver behind the clip and prop it forward, and that there loosens, brings the clip to a forward position, which is going to allow the tab to come out of the holder that's holding it in place. And at that point, once it's forward, I should be able to pull it up. I'm going to use this hook here, see if I can grab a hold to it and pull it up. Alright, so as you can see, I just used my clip here after pushing up against this and unlocking it. I used a clip, pushing in the same direction, and pulled that harness right on out. So I have my manifold absolute pressure harness out of the way. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the harness. Supply it with the kit. Guys, first sensor, manifold pressure sensor, right through here, cable connector A, and boost pressure sensor is right here. I've pulled that harness out right there. As you can see, there's a tab that you press on, like so. You're able to reach under there with one finger while holding this up, because I can't get this off. You hold this up while reaching under with one finger, and you take a flat tip screwdriver and pry it out from the top side, and then you can push it out with a screwdriver on the bottom so that you can access it. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get the Racechip harness connected, and we'll continue. What's up, YouTube family? Right here we got the 2018 Mercedes C63 AMG V8 bi-turbo C63s, if I didn't say. And we're underway with the Racechip installation. As you can see right there, the packaging, and things are so far so good. Alright, so here's a look at how things are looking so far. Alright, so that's where we at right here. We got everything taken apart. As you can see, we got the engine, the breathers. They're turned to the side. You just pop those babies out. You should see in the previous portion of this video, but I just finished getting all the connectors connected to all of the sensors. And I'm just gonna give a brief run through of the location of the sensors. All right, so right here you have your air temperature manifold air temperature sensor right there. It says an instruction to disconnect that. I'm just trying to confirm whether I need to reconnect it or not, waiting on something back from those guys. And as you can see right here, this is where cable A and B are running. Inside of here you have your absolute manifold, your absolute pressure sensor, as well as your boost sensor, which is located right there. You can see it right through there. So I got both of those in there. The absolute, let's see, the absolute manifold pressure sensor, it's like right beneath this part right here. And it's not a lot of room to move stuff around, but you can move it enough to see in there, and you have to get your fingers in there and really beat up your hands to get in there. So if you got some real fat fingers, I feel sorry for you, because even though you're unbolting all of these bolts here for this wire trout, or where you run your wires through, This doesn't move a whole lot at all. As you can see, it's not a lot of movement going on there. All right, so on this side over here, we have the remainder of the harnesses right beneath here. As you can see, we were instructed to remove the screws like from here and some other locations. I removed this one here, right there. And the only reason why is so that you can move all this stuff around, but you don't get a lot of play in moving this stuff around. See, I mean, you can't really move this stuff. And in order to be able to move this a little bit, you have to pop this clip here. First of all, that clip there, kind of pop it out, get up on there with a screwdriver, pop it out. It's going to give you a little room to pull this forward a little bit. Pull. That's a screw you got to remove. These little rubber clips right here that go in the hose. Pull these two up. Pull these, one right there, one right there. Pull those up. That's going to give you a little room, a little bit of room to move stuff around though. So you pull that forward, and you'll be able to see the boost pressure sensor right up under here. Let's see, as you can see, you might be able to see. I ain't trying to move all that stuff. I have to unpop all those clips, but you'll be able to pull this forward enough where you can see the top of the sensor, but it's going to still be hard to get to. I had to get the harness up in there and use a screwdriver, a flat tip, kind of long one, to maneuver it in position. That long one there, I'm gonna put it in position, and I was able to push it from the back and get it to clip in. And from that point, I got the harness. This is the cam shaft position sensor. There's only one of those you have to worry about, and it's located right there at the top. And the other absolute manifold pressure sensor is right beneath here. So as you can see, you got your oil cap. You come down, you have this little wire run right here. Right behind that wire run is the sensor that you were looking for. So sorry I can't give a whole lot of details because I can't move a whole lot of stuff around in here, but I'm trying to give you a little information to help make this easy as possible for you. So now comes the part where I need to kind of get these wires in position so that I can figure out where I'm gonna mount it at. So I'm gonna go ahead and get jumping on that. I just want to share with you guys what's going on currently. This is a Racechip installation on a 2018 Mercedes C63 AMG, and of course, as you know, Racechip, it's an external mount system that's designed to alter the readings of the sensors in order to get the engine parameters to pull more horsepower out. So their science is behind it. They back it with so much, they really back their products. I mean, you go online, you can see good things going on with it. So it looks like a lot of research goes into it as well. So we're gonna see what it do. I'm going to get this thing finished up, and your boy will be back. Your boy will be back. Boy is back. Just got all these wires connected, like dressed up, looking all pretty and stuff. So looking at this, you don't see anything. I mounted my Racechip module right here. Nice little location. I chose that because I want to find a location that's the least amount of vibration. I got a little rubber hose between it and where it's mounted to so that it could absorb any type of little vibration. So that should help out with that. But other than that, installation is complete. I got everything hooked up, tidied up. The only thing I'm waiting for confirmation on is I was told in the beginning of the instructions to subtract the air manifold temperature sensor, and I did that, and it didn't say reconnected. So I'm waiting to hear back from these guys to just confirm that it should not be reconnected, and we're going to go through the procedures and make sure everything is good to go. All right, so stay tuned. Coming down, we got everything hooked up. I got the app finally connected. All right, so I'm gonna tell you some tips on the app. All right, so when you get everything installed, yeah, tell Cameron to give you one. My little man right there. When you get everything connected, it's gonna tell you to put the car in the on position but not crank it up, which means you hit the start button once and then you hold it again so that it'll make all the lights light up in the dash. You make sure you don't have any errors or anything like that, which I didn't see any errors on the box. I looked at the box, didn't see anything. Then I went to connect the app. I kept getting the fail to connect error, and when you open the app, it asks you, Cameron, give him a pause signal. When you open the app, it asks you to enter the password for Bluetooth connection, and it says it's either 1111 or 0000.